Looking ridiculous, suspicious, and fun. Welcome to the Perfect Liars Club. You'll hear 4 stories, 3 of them true, but one of the suspects is lying to you. Question and point the finger, laugh out loud. If you catch the liar, you can brag and be proud. L-I-A-R, Perfect Liars Club.
Who do you think is a perfect liar?
After having some thought about it, I think it's Luana.
Any reason why?
Because I don't think that a doctor would cut into someone without having done more than just a push on their belly. Especially if they had told them, like, I'm lying. So I think that she's the liar. Any
reason why you don't think the others are liars?
Daniel, I don't think that he's the liar because his story just kind of has it's an intense story, and like listening to him tell it, looking at his eyes, they have an intensity that goes along with that story. And Trey, the story, not so, could be a lie. He's my other person that's a potential liar, and it just doesn't seem as far-fetched as Luana's. And Jen's just seems really natural, so that puts Luana at the top of the liars for me.
Okay, I'm really suspicious of the first 2 people because Luana, there has to be more tests that you do for appendicitis. You don't just like poke somebody and be like Ariel said, like you don't just poke somebody's leg and it hurts and you cut it off. So I'm suspicious about that one. And Daniel, like where was his company during that time? Why did that ambassador pick him up? What did he do after that? There are a lot of questions, but the last 2, I love Trey's story, and I can absolutely picture kindergarten Trey just like dropping his pants, and Jen's made me cry, so I'm suspicious of the first 2.
I'm going to go with Daniel. So his story is about him going to prison. I think the problem I had with the story is that he said he had Xbox controllers in China 10 years ago, but games consoles up until very recently were illegal in China, and while it might have been possible for you to maybe get one there, the idea that he had his controllers and then took them to his apparent drug dealing friend's house, so there's not just one Xbox but there's 2, seems a bit far-fetched. And also he didn't really explain why the Kuwaiti ambassador's car turned up, and I don't know, the structure and the way he told it just didn't seem as natural as it would if somebody was remembering something, and he didn't look as traumatized by it as he would have done. I don't think he would really stand up and really talk about a Chinese prison as matter-of-factly as he did.
I don't have a definite answer. I would say I'm leaning for Jen as most truthful. Don't show my notes, those are secret. I noticed that Luana, I am wearing a romper, a one-piece, a jumpsuit. You have no ability to show an appendicitis scar. I believe that choice was deliberate. Just the timing at which this story of Trey's happened. He was 4 or 5 years old. I do not believe that all of his details and ameliorations are first-hand. I believe that they are second-hand commentary to try and flesh it out. Because how much do you remember when you're 4 or 5 years old? Not a whole lot. He probably, if it actually happened, he would remember the laughing or the shame. And I didn't get a lot of shame. So yeah, I would say in my order of suspicions, maybe Luana number 1, Trey number 2, then Daniel, and then Jen.
Which means
I think that Luana is the liar. I think that she is our liar.
But I never was right before, so.
Same, I have never been right. I am totally just pulling things out of the air.
The liar of the August edition of 2018. Hello, step forward. Now.
Sorry guys. Did you get it right?
No. Luana really got operated on. Romania is fucked. That is really messed up. I cannot believe that. And on top of it, I cannot believe that Daniel was lying at all. And I'm angry about it. I already told him that I'm mad at him, and I'm just stunned. That operations are happening, and that other people are just completely lying about going to prison, and I believed all of it.
So what does it tell you? Like you're not good at judging people?
Definitely not good at and no one in that room is. Nobody's good at judging lies, and that the Perfect Liars Club is amazing. I will be coming back to this so that I can be tricked again and again.
I did get it right. Unfortunately, the rest of the room didn't, so he got away with his lies, which is disappointing. But yes, I got it right, and he didn't know which games he played on the Xbox, which anyone who plays games knows that you remember at least one game you played on almost every console you've ever owned. So that should have been a big red flag for everybody. I feel like the room let me down tonight, so I'm glad that I was right, but also disappointed in my fellow human beings. So.
Daniel! Dang it!
What question did you ask?
What questions did I ask? I asked Jen why and how she was teaching in English in Tanzania and not Swahili, and then I was curious about why it was the Kuwait ambassador with Daniel, but I was like, that checks out, and so I believed him wholeheartedly. Dang it.
Is this the face of someone who got it right? It's just...
Disappointing. I never got it right before.
Ever. 0 out of 5. I just...
0 out of 5?
I've been to like 5 Perfect Liars and I've never guessed it right.
But you'll be back next time.
I will! I've got to try and turn those around.
Last time we were right. Because we were on the stage.
No, even then I guessed it wrong.
Really?
Yeah, even when I was a suspect, I guessed the wrong person.
So I believed him in the end.
He had a lot of detail. I think that's what it was. Like he had so much shoved in there that it made it really believable for me. Anyway, next time. I'll be back next time. Definitely. I've got to get it right. I've got to get one right.
Halloween edition. We will get it right.
Yeah.
Or else?
What? Or else. Or else I go home and feel bad at my deduction skills. I don't know. I guess I'm just too honest. I'm too pure. I don't think anyone can lie. I can't tell who a liar is.
Shocking, ridiculous. The suspicious.